Hi, this is attorney Andrea Witt.
And I'm attorney Stephen Spano with a Legal and Financial Minute, or two. Wills and trusts are in the news, whether it's Lisa Marie Presley's trust dispute between her mother and her daughter, or Aretha Franklin's will dispute, putting her sons against each other.
In this episode, we explain why wills are incredibly important and why, even if you have a legally drafted will, it may not achieve your goals.
And our first case, it's about a mother, her estranged son, and the daughter-in-law who cared for her for over 20 years.
The son, who had never been close with his mother, divorced his wife and abandoned his 4 children for a much younger woman.
So unusual to have that happen. From this point on, he had no contact with his mother or his children.
The daughter-in-law lived a few blocks away and had her former mother-in-law, who was a widow, over every night for dinner for all holidays and family functions for many years thereafter.
Unfortunately, the mother-in-law became terminally ill, but she did survive for several years, and during that period, the daughter-in-law moved her mother-in-law in with her into her own home and cared for her for the entire rest of her life.
The mother-in-law told the daughter-in-law that she had left everything to her and her grandchildren.
Unfortunately, again, ultimately the mother-in-law died, and the woman's entire estate, well, it went to the estranged son because there was no will, and he was the only son and therefore the only heir of his mother's estate.
The moral of the story is that despite what you intend, unless there is a will, your estate will go to your heirs.
The estate, by the way, was worth over $4 million.
Our second case is about an unmarried couple who had been together 37 years and had no children.
They purchased their home together, but only in one person's name because one of them had a job that exposed them to lawsuits, and they wanted to protect the house just in case they were ever sued.
They had wills drafted by an attorney that left each of their estates to their brothers and sisters.
Except that the partner in whose house the name was in, that particular house was 90210 Main Street in Anytown, and they specified in their will that that specifically addressed house pass to the surviving partner.
The partner with the house in their name became ill, and the couple moved to more accessible housing a short distance away, located on Broadway in Anytown.
So now they're in a different street, and they purchased that house in the same way, in the same partner's name, because they still wanted to protect themselves from a lawsuit.
That owner died, and the siblings of the deceased owner successfully claimed that the other partner did not inherit the house because it was not the house named in the will.
That's right. It was on a completely different street. And what's the moral? Well, the moral of this story is to review your wills periodically and think about whether you really want to leave a specifically addressed piece of property to someone, or just use a general term such as I leave my home to XYZ.
Join us for the next episode of A Legal and Financial Minute or two.
And remember, all legal and financial professionals are absolutely not the same. Seek out an expert legal and financial professional to protect you and your family.
We hope this Legal and Financial Minute or two has helped you and those you love to protect your health, your assets, your income, and preserve your way of life.
And as always, if you have something you would like us to address in one of our segments, or have any questions on this or another legal or financial topic, feel free to call or text Spano, DeWicki & Witt at 781-231-7800, or email us at help@spanodewicki.com.